Hello everyone, my name is Search DIXIT and this is my channel Pen Test Diaries. So today I'll give you a walkthrough of one of the retired machine of HackTheBox that we call it as a Search. It's a hard machine, and what are the steps I'm taking it in this machine to get it compromised. It's a type of AD type of machine where we have to jump it from one system to another. Couple of ways we try to we're getting a clue either from a website, or we're trying to get the hash, or finally we're getting the hash of the administrator to get it logged inside of this machine. So let me go to my system now and just to show you like how to get it compromise this machine. So before proceeding further in this video, we simply have to see this is my technical channel where exactly whatever the write-ups I'm creating it, whatever the walkthrough I'm creating it so far, so I published already over here. So you can go through it, you try to get it simulated on your system. Other than that, the written write-ups you can get it over here itself. This is my technical blog where you can get all the details about it, and these are the category where what type of write-ups I've created so far, so you can see that very clearly. Okay, now we'll go to the machine. So today we'll try to get it solve the machine as Search. That's a hard machine of HackTheBox and it's already retired. Okay, so now the first thing which we try to trigger it is the nmap command. So what exactly the target ports are running on it, we'll just try to figure out. So we'll wait for the output for it, and then on the basis of that we'll proceed further with it. So in the output we are getting the port 53 is enabled, port 80 is enabled, port 88 is enabled, 135, 139, 389, 443, and I can say that 445, 464, 593, 636, 3268 and 3269. That's it. So these are the port are enabled over there itself on the target machine. So what's the next step for it? So the next step is we have to look for it. Port 80 is one of the thing which is looks over here itself, and other than that we can able to see like the host entry also. So we have to do the host entry also. So for that what I have to do, we simply have to see this section, and by this way this is the host entry you have to do it, search.htb, which you required everywhere in this machine when we are solving it later on also. Now what exactly we have to do, as port 80 is enabled over there, so like we just try to get it figure out like using the go buster what exact type of things we can able to identify over here. So let me fire this command. So it's a straightforward thing, you can able to understand this is the path of the word list, and these are type of extension which I'm looking for it, and other than that this is the actual I can say the URL for which I'm looking for the go buster. So let me trigger this and wait for the output. So as I can see there are a couple of initial entries, that's images, slash capital images and stuff. So what exactly, let me try to get it access the browser and try to see what exactly we are able to get it access. So let me try with port 80 only and search.htb, and this is a page I'm getting it on my screen. Okay, so platform is not identified over here itself, we can figure out with couple of other things, but I'm not concerned about the platform over here. Okay, so the next thing, as the go buster is running, we try to see as we can see like staff is also over there itself, but we can see like when we try to access slash staff, by that way I can able to get the forbidden 403. So what exactly the next step for it we can do, let me go back over here itself. There are a couple of section. Okay, perfect. So I can see over here itself on the, it looks like a static page itself. So when we go bottom it, so we can able to see this section. Yeah, so over here if you are closely seeing it, you can able to see the credentials also. So it's showing the credentials also, C2 password and the key. So you can able to see the credentials also over here itself. Okay, so we have to use that credential only. So now what we have to do, let me open this image itself so that it's easy for you to see it. No, I'll just have to wait for that to get it open. Okay, let me open this image. When we open this image, we can able to see the credentials and everything over here. Okay, this looks like a credential for us. What else we have to do it now? let me try the same credential with like name of the user is also mentioned over here, that we call it as a Hope Sharp, and this is the password. Okay, so let me go to the terminal once back. Let me close this. I do not require this anymore. Let me go to the next section. Let me put this cracked map exit. We have to use it, and we are using the SMB port. The target host we have just mentioned over here, destination host we have mentioned over here itself. This is a username, this is a password which you're getting in, and we're looking for the shares. Let me trigger it and wait for the output. Okay, so as we can see the output over here itself, and this looks like a legitimate one. Okay, so what exactly we have to use it? We're using the SMB client, use the same credentials, and even the password you have to use it once again. So let me trigger it with the SMB client. It asks for the password. Let me copy the password from here, put the password, and we are in. So this is the appropriate username and password, and we can able to see a couple of stuffs inside of it. Okay, that's one other thing. But over here itself, we can't proceed further with it, as there is no any other thing is over here itself. We can see the list of the user and everything. So what else we have to do it? Now the next step is like with the same one, like in case of when we are dealing with the Active Directory, as we can see that 389 is over there itself. So we are dealing with the Active Directory also over here. So why don't we use a bloodhound? By that way we just have to see the complete path for it, like how many hop count is getting connected with that, and what are the jumping systems over here. So I'm just using the bloodhound as I have already triggered it on my system, but I'm not triggering it once again. This is the command, you have to run it on your system. Let me get it pasted on the screen so that it's easy for you to understand. Let me go to the bloodhound. So this is a file which is already be available on internet. You simply have to get it download. This is a package which you have to get it clone on your system from GitHub, and by that way you simply have to trigger this command. Okay, but it might be a possibility you will ask me something like this will not work. In couple of cases it will not work for you directly. So in that case, couple of subsections, couple of dependency over there. So you have to get it configured appropriately, and once it's done with that, you can able to see this bloodhound python. So once it's working for you, you just have to trigger this command. It's the same command. Destination we are just mentioning, username and the password and everything. Okay, name server we have mentioned at the target IP. Okay, we'll just trigger this command and wait for the output. As the JSON file is like whatever the output we are getting, the output in a JSON file format, and we are trying to get it imported directly on our bloodhound. So ignore other whatever the type of error we are getting it, warnings we are getting it, ignore that. We just have to concern for appropriate stuffs which we are looking for it. So let me wait for like to complete this one. Once it's get it complete, we'll have to open the bloodhound directly just to see the output on that GUI mode. So finally this process is completed, and we simply have to open the bloodhound. So before opening the bloodhound, let me start the services of Neo4j. Once you get it installed the bloodhound, you simply have to start the services, and by that way it will start. And once you try to get it access bloodhound first time, then in that case you have to reset the password also, otherwise you can't access it directly. Okay, so you simply have to get it triggered that over here if you have not configured reset the password, it will not allow you to get it open directly. Okay, I have already done with that, so I'm not doing that same once again. You have to go to 7474 localhost colon 7474, and over there itself you have to put the password Neo4j, and the password and username are same. Once you get it login, then after that it's asked you to get it reset the password. You simply have to change the password over there, then only you just have to come over here. And once it's showing as a green one, it means like your database is up. You have to put the username as Neo4j, and the password I have set it already, so I'm putting that password. So now I'm inside of it. Ignore these things. Okay, as I have solved it earlier, so that was the reason behind it's coming with that. So what you have to do, you simply have to go to the import section, then you have to go to that section itself. So instead of going to that section one by one, it's better for me, I just have to make this screen small, and let me go to the folder where I have just saved that file. Okay, and over here itself, these are the JSON files, so you can import these files directly. Okay, so I have already imported those files on my system, so there is no need for me to get it open it once again. So once you created these are 4 JSON files. It's showing like a 8, as I did that earlier also, and I have run it once again. That was the reason it's showing 8 files. But normally when you run it once, you are getting that output only 4 JSON files you can see on your screen. Okay, then after that you simply have to go to this section, and over here itself we simply have to click on, okay, let me go to the analysis section, and what exactly we have to see over here, let me see that it's a Kerberos section. I have to go to the Kerberos section, list all the Kerberos accounts. Okay, so this is the output which you're looking for it. Okay, list all the Kerberos. So these are the 2 things which we are looking for it. That's the initial one. Okay, so these are the 2 accounts which looks like a Kerberos is present over there itself. What's the next step for it? We are using the same credential just to fetch out. Our ultimate goal is just to get the get that hash of KRBTGT. To get that hash, we are using couple of things, impact waste. Okay, let me go to the next tab and zoom it more, paste it, impact get user SPN. I'm getting it, and this is the domain name, and I can see that this is the name of the user, host name, and this is the password, and on which I'm creating the file. It's a web svc_rb. So this is the output file which I'm creating by this way. Let me click on it, I'll wait for it, and it's get completed. Once it's completed, what we have to do, I'll try to get it access this file directly. Let me try to get it access web svc, and I can able to access this. Okay, so as I done with this, so what exactly the next step for it? John is the friend which we have to use it just to crack this password. So let me get it, trigger this, and wait for the output. I think it's already solved by me, so I can get the output bit faster this time. So I can able to see the password over here. This is the password for this use KRBGT. Okay, we are using the same password for it. And one more thing which I just want to show you, that which I forgot to tell you earlier. When we try to analyze the same section, let me click on it. When we click on it and try to see the 6th section, we can able to see temporary account created by help desk. Okay, so we just consider this username as a help desk over here itself. Okay, let me go back to the terminal once again, and what I have to do, I'll simply have to try to get it access the help desk on Bloodhound once again. Let me open this help desk. Okay, yeah, and now let me click on it. Okay, so what are the subsection for it? So what we have to do, once we get it open this, okay, and let me get it, reduce it. So what I'm doing it over here, I'll simply click on this. Okay, then I'll just go to this section. Okay, and over here unrolled member, you have to just click on it. Once you clicked on it, you can able to see all the list over here. I'll simply have to make it minus so that I can able to see the complete thing. So this is the thing we can help this get connected with a couple of things over here itself. Okay, what's the next step for it? I'm using the same credential with the help desk as a username and try to see whether it's feasible for me to get it access that or not. Let me go to the terminal once again, and other than that, I'll simply have to put that credentials and wait for the output. So I can see a couple of errors also over here, but you have to simply ignore those errors. Okay, and now what we have to do, we simply have to use a SMB client for the same thing using the same username, and we are using the same credentials for it. Make sure that password is also, you have to put it over there itself. So let me put it over there. Give me a minute. So what we have to do, I'll just go back once again to the Bloodhound. Over here itself, there are couple of user, you can see that. So there is one of the, like I have attempted for each and every user. So finally for this user, I can able to get it login with the SMB client. So what I have to do, I'm using the same user over here, which is applicable for this, okay, help desk one. So let me clear this once again. Let me get it copy and let me trigger this command. So I'm using the SMB client, straightforward. I'm using the host name, and this is the domain name, and this is the password which you're getting it, and this is applicable for this. Let me trigger it, wait for the output. Yeah, I'm inside of it. Let me trigger the command shares, and let me see what type of shares we can able to see. We can see couple of shares over here. Let me use and copy this. This is a command, you have to use it once you go inside of the SMB client. Okay, now what is the next step for it? We simply have to trigger ls. We just try to see what are the other type of things. So as we have get it login with the Edgar Jacobs, so let me try to go inside of it and let me see. Okay, let me go to the desktop. Let me see. Yeah, so there are two files. There is only one file I can see over here, phishing attempts. So what we have to do, we simply have to type this, paste, and get it download. So as on my system itself, it's already down, but you have to click on it so that it's get downloaded on your system. So once it's present over there on your system, I simply have to go to the download section and try to get it open. So initially when you try to get it access, you are not able to see any credential over here, but there is a catch. You can able to see A, B and C section is get it, like it looks like a hidden one. So what you have to do, you simply have to copy this. I'll simply have to put one more sheet over here, as I have not done that in OpenOffice. That was the reason it's difficult for me to do that. Let me do it over here, it's better for me. Get it, copy. Okay, it's not working with this. Copy. Let me try to paste it over here if it's working. No, it's not. It will not allow. So better for me, I'll open the XLS for you. Let me try to get it open the XLS. Let me try to paste it. Okay, so finally on Windows only it will work. So you can able to see the credentials also, and these are the username. Okay, perfect. So let me minimize it, as it's not working open office, so maybe something problem is over there. You simply have to use a Microsoft Office and it will work for you. Now what we have to do, we are using the same credentials, and by like I'm putting the same credentials already on my system itself. So what you have to do, you simply have to get it copy over there and put it in one of the notepad file. Okay, as simple like that. Let me fetch out the password and the users list out of it. So we are not doing anything manually, we simply have to fetch it out and paste all the content inside of the password file, and similar thing for the users also. Let me do for the users also the same thing. Perfect. So I think this is perfect. So now what we have to do, as we're done with that, we simply have to use the crackmac once again for the brute forcing. So this time we are using the username and the password. which we are fetching out of that phishing file, and try to use it. Is there any credentials working for us or not? So we have to wait for it to get it complete that. Once we get the final result, on the basis of that only we have to proceed further. So I can able to see there is one user for which it's working perfectly fine. That's Assyria. So we have to use this credentials straightforward. Okay. So now what we have to do, we simply have to use the SMB client once again and using the same credential and the username. Let me clear it once again. Go back to this section, putting that it's the same straightforward that command we are using it. We are simply changing the username over here, trying to get it login. We are inside of it. Now what I have to do, shares, redirect folders. Okay, let me get it copied completely. Use redirects. Okay, cd. Let me see that what are the type of, okay, it's a long list, so I think it's better for me, I just have to get it copy from my notes. Okay, perfect. Now we have to go to the desktop, don't need ls, and we can able to see the user.txt. What we have to do, we simply have to type get user.txt, and by that way you can fetch it out the user.txt file on your base system. Once you downloaded that file, you simply have to get it in, access this, and you can able to get that output. Perfect. This is one of the thing. So at least a half level of like user level rights we are not get it login on the system so far, but at least we get the user flag by this way. Now what is the next step for it? Let me clear out once again. Okay, so once we get with that, so couple of the same credential we are using it to get it login once again, and I'll just have to figure out a couple of other things. Oh, it's not working for me. Okay, so we simply have to use this one, SMB client. This looks like something different. Okay, this not looks like the same. Click the password, we already have it. I'll simply have to get it copied. It's the same password which you're getting it from the phishing XLS file. So we have to paste it, and we are in. Once we are in, we simply have to try to get it access this. We are getting this list, try to go inside of this. Over here we try to see what are the type of things we can able to see, and now I'll go to the download section, ls, and I can able to see backups. Let me see anything inside of it. Yeah, there is two files, search this one and stuff.pfx. So these files we simply have to get it download. Let me try to get it, trigger it to get it download. So it's the same command we have to use it. As I've already downloaded on my system, I don't want to get it download once again. You simply have to trigger get once for this file and then for stuff. Get it download both on your system. Once it's done, now what we have to do next step for it. So we have get the file out of it. But the thing is that like over here, one of the link I'll share with you, even in my write-up, you can get it very easily. This is the package, you have to use it to crack that one. Okay, so you have to get it, configure that, even you have to get it install Go language also on your system. If you don't have it, I think Kali don't have it by default, so you have to get it installed. It's a 436 MB package, you have to get it installed. By that way only you can able to access this package. Once you're done with that, you simply have to trigger this command, and I have already get it download this one also. So this package you have to get it installed in your system. You simply have to clone it, install the Golang, and then after that you just have to get it, configure it step by step. Everything is mentioned on the GitHub link. Now what we have to, I'll simply have to trigger this command, and over here go run this. This is file is present over there itself in the folder of P12 tool. Crack, you have to, this is a syntax, and -c, this is the path of the file which we have get it downloaded, stuff.pxs, and this is the file which we are using as a brute forcing, like it's a wordless type of thing. Let me get it, trigger it, and wait for the output. It will take a lot of time. First time when I did it, I just left it for many years, and you can see that it will take a lot of time. Even the lot of consumption is required over there itself, and it's reaching to almost consumption level of 81% of my system. So I'm not wasting my time for that. It will take a lot of time to get it complete, so it's better for me. I'll just stop this one. You just have to get it triggered that, and by that way almost an hour or more than that you have to wait for it to get it, brute force it, and get that output out of it. So the output you're getting, the what exit the password you're getting out of it, I'll show you that also. So this is the one, this is the password you're getting finally on your screen. Once it get completed, it will take a time. So as you can see that once I get it stopped it, it's automatically going to the lower side now. Okay, perfect. So now what is the next step for it? Now we'll try to see that, try to access it, this one. There is a catch over here. I will tell you that clearly. So wait for a minute. What you have to do over here, you can able to see it right now very easily, but initially when you're trying to get it, you're not able to access it. It looks like a forbidden one. So what you have to do, you simply have to go to the settings, search for the certificate, go to your certificate. Over here you can see that I have already imported, so you have to simply click on the import, and you simply have to select this. Once you double click, it will ask for the password, and that is the same password which we cracked it, missy pissy. That same password you have to put it over here, and it's getting imported successfully. You have to click on it. Once you try to get it, access this URL, you can able to see this. Okay, this is a straightforward thing. Everything is just mentioned over there on my write-up. You can get it very easily. Okay, I'm not showing it step by step. These things I have already done it on my system, so I'm not doing it once again. So what else? Over here, the username we are using the same which we are getting it, which we are using earlier also. The same password we are using it over here. Just one thing, computer name we are using as a research, and that's the reason behind it. If you're using a bloodhound, you can able to get that knowledge why I'm using the research over here. So you have to figure out by your way. Let me click on sign in. It will allow me to get it inside of the PowerShell. Okay, now I'm inside of the PowerShell. So you simply have to fire the command, who am I. Over here the terminal looks like something different. It's not like same one. You have to simply click on enter and you can get it execute. Okay, once we click on submit, I'll have to wait for the output, and you can able to see. Okay, this is one. In the meantime, let me open another tab, and for using the bloodhound, I'll try to fetch it. No, let me go out of this one. Just give me a minute. Okay, so mkdir blood. Okay, let me trigger this command. It's the same thing. We are just fetching couple of other stuffs which we're looking for it, logged on everything we are looking for it. So we trigger it, we get the output out of it. Let's wait for the output. So now it's done with it, and even you can check, go to the download section. I'll go to the blood, and you can able to see that's a zip file is created over there. So as I have already imported over there, so there is no need for me to import it once again. Okay, so what I have to do, once I'm done with that, I'll simply have to go to this section. On the top I'm putting SIE, the username through which I'm trying to get it login. Okay, and the target is the administrator. Okay, perfect. So this is exact type of thing is created for you, and this is the starting point. Okay, we'll just go one by one. So right now we are over here itself. We have to go to the complete, taking a full path and reach to the administrator section. Okay, so now the path is clear for us. What we have to do it, that's also clear for us very clearly. So now the next step for it, I'm using one of the package which I can say that a GMSA dumper. I'm using it. So this is a package. The link is already mentioned in my write-up. You can get it very easily. So by this way, you can able to can access the parts of the values of the user itself. So normally what is exactly happening once you run with that, at least you're getting the hash of it, and using that hash you can get it. In case of using a PS exit, you can use it. By that way you can get it login. I'll try with that just to get it that done, but there is no success for it, but still I'll show you that what exactly the steps I'm taking it from my side. Okay, so what we have to do, we'll simply have to go to, let me go back, GMSA. Okay, clear it out, fire this command. It's a straightforward username, password, localhost, and this is straightforward domain. Let me get a trigger out. We'll get the output out of it. We can get it output. So I'll use this. This is the next user where we have to reach it. Let me try that same using the PS exit. Let me see whether I'm getting that, get it working for me or not. At the time of the earlier one, it's not working, so I'm sure about it will not work. But still, I will trigger it for you just to show you that using that hashes, whether we can get it login or not. No, it will not allow me. So what exactly we have to do it? So we don't have any option. We have to go back to our PowerShell once again, and there are a couple of triggered one-liner commands is there itself. I have already put it on my write-up. You just simply have to use that. So what we're trying to do it over here itself, we'll try to get it triggered with that for that user, just to get it a identity over there with that commands. So right now we have the rights of this area, but it is just a member of the same section itself, so we can proceed further with that just to get that password. By default we are not getting any password. We'll try to get it fetch out, but we are not getting any password. I'll show you that also. It's look like a raw content which you get it on your screen. Once I'm done with the third command, you can able to see like we are not seeing any credential directly. So you can see that in current password, it looks like a raw content. You're not able to see anything. So what exactly we have to do it now? So instead of going for with this way, there is a couple of other way by which we can do the same thing. So I'll trigger the same commands with a customization. Try to trigger it. Okay. And now what I have to do, I'll trigger these commands defining a username. And there is one more command I have to do it. I think this will perfect. Let me trigger it. So it looks like understood for you itself, like a username, password you're mentioning, and we are just calling these components directly over here itself. Okay. It's a, if you're aware about the PowerShell, you can able to do it a bit faster. And now it's a straightforward invoke command. We are using it just to get like whatever the password we just trying to set it for this user, we can set it directly. So this is one of the user which you can see it over here. So this is one of the user which is having that. So we are setting the password for this, and it's already be a generic all one. Okay, so that was the reason I am using this trick just to get it done. Let me go to the PowerShell. Okay, and let me trigger it. So once you're done, it will showing the command complete successfully, and this will done. Once it's done with that, let me try a crackmack exit once again with a share content. I think this time I'm getting the output appropriately. Let me go to the terminal once again, and I'm using this time I'm using the credential which I set it from my side for this user. So this is the one. You can see it's a puned one. Okay, perfect. So now what we have to do, we are using the same one, seeing the hashes of administrator. As I don't have the credentials, so I just have to look for the administrator hashes. So by this way I can able to fetch the hashes of the administrator. Okay, by this command secret dump, we can able to dump the hashes of the administrator directly. So once we're done with that, we simply have to use the hashes and we are go inside of it. So I'll simply have to trigger this command, and by that way WinExit, it just try to get it log into the machine as there is no RDP. So that was the reason we are using WMI exit, and we are using the hashes of the administrator, and username we just mentioned is administrator @search.htb. We trigger it and we are in. Wait for it and we are in. Yeah, we are in. So it's look like who am I? Yeah, it's administrator. Let me see where exactly I am. Oh no, it's not working. LS is not working. Why it's not working for me? So I think I simply have to use the same exact. I think in this section it will not allow me to go inside directly. So I can't execute other type of command which we can normally use it on our terminals. Okay, let me type try root.txt and I think I can able to see the content. So this is the stuff which I try to get it covered. Now let me give the complete summary once again, just to get it rewind all the stuff which we have did for this machine to get it compromised. So we have started with the nmap, and by that way couple of ports we have just tried to get it figured out, and initially it's looked like we have to go with port 80. Using the go buster we try to figure out couple of subdirectories for his staff and those things. Once we get with that, so once we get that go buster output on the basis of the staff we are using it, we are getting a forbidden over there. Then couple of other things we are trying from our side itself, like I can say that SMB we are using it over there itself. There is, like when we're trying to get it access on port 80, we can able to see there is one screenshot. By that way we are getting credential username over there. We try to get it login with that multiple ways using SMB client as crackman. By that way we just jumping out from one hook to another hook. Once we get it login inside of it, we simply have to like use same credential. We are like, as we don't have any clue about it, what is the next step for it. So Bloodhound is one of the thing which we are using it just to get it understand like where exactly we are right now and what is the actual thing which we had to do it. So by that way we are proceeding further with that. Later on we just trying to know, we just came to know about it, like these are the credentials which we can use it directly for it. So jumping from one system to the another system for it, as there is no RDP, there is nothing like that, we are other you can use it. Then finally we just landed on the in one of the assembly client itself with the user itself. In the download section we just figure out like there is one of the file which looks like a pfx file. We just try to get it correct that, and by that way we get the credential. Once we try to get it import that certificate file, we have to put the credential also, and after that only that PowerShell GUI based on browser it will work for us. We put the credential which we are already using it, and by that way we try to see a couple of stuffs. In the meantime we get the user.txt file also over there itself. Okay, once we get over there itself, even once again we are using a Bloodhound just to know like where exactly the current position is and where exactly we have to go it for the administrator. Like we have to reach to the administrator, what are the stuffs is coming in between of it and what are the rights over there itself, and where exactly we can go it directly. So that are the things we are doing it over there. And finally there is I can say that Travis is one of the user over there itself, for which we are setting a password from our side using the same section for it. We are using secret dumps just to get it dump the hashes of the administrator. Using the same we can get it login inside of it with the WinExit, and by that way we can able to see the root.txt file. So these are the stuff which I just want to get it covered in this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. If you like to give the feedback, you can go to the comment section of this video, provide your comment, and in case if you like to connect me, you can connect me directly on LinkedIn. I'll provide the LinkedIn profile link in the comment section of this video or in the description section of this video. Other than that, if you feel like no, there's a couple of other techniques which you want to share it with others and even with me, you can share it. I'll try to get it learn and seeing the reference links, and by that way I'll try to make a new video for you so that you can able to understand very easily by that way also. So thank you so much once again. Take care. Bye bye.